Hi, I'm Dr. Sham, and today we're going to talk about a very important thing in the ECG, that is QT interval. So we know that the QT interval, it is from the start of the Q to the end of the T wave. What does it mean? That it is actually a time interval between the start of ventricular depolarization to end of ventricular repolarization. Simply, if we say that from the start of ventricular contraction to end of ventricular relaxation. And this QT interval in the males, okay, it is 350 to 450 milliseconds. 350 to 450 milliseconds. You know that every small square is equal to 0.04 second, or if you talk about the millisecond, that is 40 milliseconds. So in the male, 350 to 450 milliseconds. In female, it is 360 to 460 milliseconds. But the problem is that the QT shortens with the fast heart rate and lengthens with the slower heart rate. So we calculate something that is called corrected QT interval, that is called QTCO. Okay, so QTC in is actually the QT interval at a standard heart rate of 60. So QT interval, QTC, corrected QTC, if it is greater than 440 milliseconds in a male or 460 milliseconds in a female, that is called prolonged QT interval. And this is how it's calculated. QTC is equal to QT over under root RR. Now let's talk about the causes of the prolonged QT. So there are the electrolytes, drugs, and congenital long QT. Congenital long QT we're gonna discuss in a separate video. Electrolytes, okay, hypokalemia, hypocalcemia, hypomagnesemia. These all causes, and the hypothermia. These all causes long QT. Then there's raised ICP can cause the long QT. Drugs, a number of drugs causes the long QT. Okay, these are antipsychotics, TCAs, SSRIs, importantly macrolides, then those antihistamines, loratadine, quinine can cause. Then some cardiac drugs like amiodarone, flecainide, procainamide. These all causes long QT. So you need to remember that. So drugs, I'm going to repeat that one. SSRIs, TCAs, antipsychotics, macrolides, amiodarone, flecainide, procainamide, haloperidol, loratadine, chlorpheniramine. These all causes the long QT. Now about the short QT. Short QT is when it is less than 350 milliseconds. And in contrast to the hypocalcemia, it is actually the hypercalcemia that causes the long QT. Then there is something like short QT. Hypercalcemia causes the short QT. Then congenital short QT, there is something like that. And digoxin, that can also cause the short QT interval. Well, here you can see a long QT interval. Here it is a normal QT we have over here, and that is, you can see that it's very evident that it's a long QT interval.